Welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you're having a great week. I got a fun show lined up for you, an interview with KU quarterback Jalon Daniels, QB1, and of course, my top 5, so let's get to it. What's your favorite go-to food spot? Something that you can always count on. For my dad, he loves Taco Bell. For me, though, it's all about Chipotle. And I know people are pissed. They are so mad at Chipotle right now because of all of those little teeny tiny portions. You know what I'm talking about when you're going through the line and you want to scoop a chicken and they give you half of what you feel like you should be getting. Look, if I don't see my favorite regular workers there, I get nervous, okay? I get nervous because I feel like I'm going to get skimped. And I feel like the people who see me all the time, they know what I want, they know what I expect. And the new people, they're suspect. I don't even know. But lately, I've even dealt with some rude workers, for example, who when I asked for, something extra, like extra cheese, they threatened to charge me more. So whenever I see that guy, I'm like, okay, I don't want to go to the Chipotle. I will go over there, go to a different Chipotle. Because here's the thing, when you're on the app, and I'm sorry, I really got to talk about Chipotle right now, but when you're on the app, they give you free extras, not the meat, of course, but when it comes to cheese, you can get that. So in person, it's so annoying that I have to battle with you in the line. Like, can I get more cheese? Can I please get a little bit more cheese? Come on. Food's more expensive than ever this century. And it's like every time I come here, I'm spending $17.39. That is exactly how much my order costs. I'm getting a Chipotle burrito bowl, then I'm getting some chips and guac, and then I'm getting a regular drink. Can you please just give me a little bit more tomatoes? Like, nobody even really likes those. Like, why can't I get a little bit more? Why are some of these workers just so stingy? And why is giving me a little bit more the hill that you're willing to die on? Like, why do I have to ask for your manager about? Like, are we serious right now? And it's weird because I swear all of these younger people who have those jobs, they don't take any of them seriously except at Chipotle. Have you noticed? Not everybody's like that though, but enough that you know what I mean, okay? And customers are bringing out their phones, recording the stingy Chipotle workers. I know you've seen it. And maybe they aren't allowed to give you a full scoop anymore. Who knows? But seriously? All of this is bad for business. And it's really annoying, but some of these customers are out of line. I remember when I was 16 working at Target. So I'm working as a cashier. A guy comes to the register to buy a loaf of bread, all normal things. It was $2.99, a normal price. He handed me a coupon, a normal thing to do. Okay, so I look at the coupon and it says $5 off. I tell him, you know what? You can have the bread free. No big deal. Then he tells me that I, the cashier, now owe him $2. That's abnormal behavior. Like, bro, I'm telling you the bread is free, okay? The coupon covers it all. But on what planet do you think that I'm going to give you a bread rebate? Like, they don't do that at Target. They don't do that anywhere. Like, bro, I'm telling you the bread is free, but on what planet do you think that I'm going to pay you to eat this bread? Like, stop it. I still gave him the bread for free. I'm like, bro, just get out of the line. Let's keep it pushing. Because I'm like, we got other customers to serve, right? And honestly, a $5 coupon is light work because working at Target, people would come in with fake money all the time. Yeah. So I take the $20 bill and hold it up to the light and see that there'd be no watermark. And keep in mind, as soon as I touched it, I knew it was fake. It looked like Monopoly money. The ink was really, really dark, all of this. And I did it, though, so they wouldn't complain. I wouldn't make it seem like they knew that they were giving me fake money. I acted like they didn't know when it caught both of us off guard. So I would tell them, sorry, this bill isn't official currency. There's no watermark. I'd act really shocked, and I'm like, but you know what I mean? Just let's keep it pushing. I had people who would come through my line taking clearance stickers, putting them on regular priced items. And the thing is that Target gave you like $10 worth of wiggle room. So if you see something like that and you got a big line, it's just like, all right, let them through. Let the business keep pushing. And I think Chipotle workers need to do the same because why are we stuck here for a minute arguing about extra cheese or extra tomatoes? It's ridiculous and it creates all this unnecessary tension. And then I feel like I got to go get extra napkins and spoons to make up for what I was slighted in the line. Like, you know what I mean? Come on. It's not that deep. All right. But I love my regular Chipotle. They're the best. I eat there way too much. They know me. All right. But let's switch gears to basketball now. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. They are those girls, okay? They're stadium fillers. They're breaking records left and right. Reese being the fastest player in WNBA history to score 20 double-doubles, her first season playing. Caitlin Clark breaking the WNBA rookie assist record. They are elite, and they're exciting. And like it or not, they brought the juice to the WNBA. Now, that doesn't mean the WNBA isn't chock full of talent. That should go without saying. But I'm not mad that these ladies are ruffling some of the other players' feathers. Now, flagrant over-the-top fouls, that's one thing, but a quick body check, that's part of the game. All right. Every elite player gets tested. Jordan is the best example. And it's part of the reason he will forever be the greatest to ever do it, because it was just tougher back then. You know the argument. You know what people say, what the old heads say. But do you see what the bad boys did to that man? Like, a lot of this was going on when I was a kid. So I had to go back. First of all, I had to take my dad's word for it. Right. And then I had to go back and then watch the games. And I'm like, oh, it's not like that. The game is a lot different today. And he doesn't even have the ball, and they'd still be fouling him. They're tripping him, doing anything they can to knock this man down. Lambeer looked like that's what his sole purpose in life was, just to foul Jordan. Okay, there was no other mission. And I'm not saying that's how the game is supposed to be played and it needs to be aggressive and we need everybody out there like Draymond. Like, I'm not saying that. But it definitely adds to the lore of Michael Jordan, and everyone reveres that time period. So you have to be honest. If we're being honest, yeah, people must have enjoyed watching it a little bit. It's entertaining, and all PC and sensitivities aside, men's basketball is not women's basketball, right? But this is the grown women's league, and these are some big girls. They can take it. So when I see people online crying over Sky Diggins bumping into Caitlin Clark, I'm like, grow up. It's tense, heat of the moment, whatever. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese don't even complain about it like people on the internet do, because they know what time it is. You're coming into the greatest women's basketball league with targets on your back. Yeah, it's time to pay some more dues. Cost to be the boss. And they know that. But it's so sick to me that people online are trying to create this idea of Caitlin Clark like she's not a talker and she can't take a shoulder bump. If anyone's that soft, they shouldn't be playing basketball. Caitlin Clark is not soft. She talks a whole lot of trash. She can take it. All right, like, stop babying these players. Like, it's ridiculous to me. And I'm keeping it very surface level because I don't want to, like, do a whole deep dive. You know I can. But we're just going to keep it about the sports for now, all right? So we'll just leave it there. But, like, stop babying them. They can take it, okay? Not everybody's bullying Caitlin Clark. This is part of the game. Any great player gets tested. That's just the way that it is. You can look at any sport and you're going to see the same. Oh, so you think you're that girl? Guess what? They're going to come find out if you're that girl. So Caitlin Clark, keep proving that. Angel Reese, keep proving that. You guys are doing your thing, and you know what comes with it. Like, that's just the way it goes. All right, so let's dip into NFL real quick, okay? Because Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa made some comments about former Dolphins head coach Brian Flores' coaching style, and it stirred up an absolute hornet's nest online, bringing up the whole debate on old school toughness versus today's soft kids. So Tua was asked to compare Flores' and current Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel's coaching styles. This is what he said.
To put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this, and you hear it more and more, you start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing. You're going to start to believe that about yourself.
So here's my take. Of course that was horrible. I'm sorry that Tua had to go through that, but no crying in football, right? I mean, that's the idea a lot of people online are going with, but I'm someone who grew up in that old school mindset, if I'm honest. I mean, sticks and stones can hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I don't think the tough world of football is a place where, I mean, you should expect people to treat you delicately or sugarcoat it when you play badly. Now, do I think a coach needs to go out of his way to make you feel like crap? No. Is that an effective way of coaching? I don't know. I guess it depends on the player. Is it how the game was for Brian Flores? I mean, is that what he knows? I mean, probably so. Does that make it right? No. It doesn't. And I'm sure therapists, psychologists, all of them would have a field day with this, but this whole debate has some merit. You do have to admit that it seems like a lot of people these days aren't prepared for the real world, right? I felt like when I was growing up, I was like, you gotta be ready for the real world. It ain't sweet, it ain't fair. I just hear my dad's voice in my ear. You know, sometimes you just gotta take it. You know, it's chess, not checkers, right? And I can imagine in football, people have had to take a lot of crap. Brady said it perfectly here.
If the coach was going to be hard on me, I was going to accept the difficult coaching because I needed to hear it. And again, it motivated me. And that's what accountability looks like. And you can't be, you know, have your ego so big that, you know, any criticism is going to, you know, lessen your confidence.
And I'm going to tell you, there's no way that a head coach, the president, or anyone could make me feel less than worthy. I remember I had a debate coach that kept me after class. I remember it just like it was yesterday. And he was trying to convince me that my confidence was a defense mechanism. That is exactly what he said. And he was just like talking to a brick wall. I'm like, bro, I had to get to work. I was working at Target at the time. I'm like, bro, I got to get to work. But you can't diminish me. That same coach, he cut my county debate winning streak short. My record was 4-0. He advanced the debate president, whose record was 3-1. He had lost to the guy that I beat. So the debate coach came to me and said, Demetria, we're going to let Noah go ahead because he's a senior and it's his last year, even though I was undefeated. I'm like, how was that even allowed? In what coaching playbook is that? He would always read Coach K's book and refer to that and everything to kind of build team morale. And that is so anti what that man was about. But whatever, that was insane to me. Horrible coach, horrible person. But that didn't make me look at myself and feel like I'm not worthy, like I don't belong here. I mean, as a kid, I got called fat. They said I had those Ashanti sideburns. You know, we were roasted to near death in Kansas City. And I'm not saying that's how everything should be, but sticks and stones. And I don't know why people don't know that anymore. And people will always have something to say, but you can't let that weaken you. Of course, I'd rather have constructive criticism, but negativity is not going to stop me from holding my head high. It's a skill. And some of us learned it early on and some of us didn't. As nice as I would love things to be, they're not always like that. They're not always like that. I'm not calling Tua soft. I mean, that can be a really toxic environment. I have worked in toxic environments. And so I've had people critique the way that I talk, the way that I look, call me fat in the workplace. I've heard all sorts of things, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that I'm going to fold. Like, I'm not Charmin soft. Like, you can't do that to me. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to keep pushing through. And I'm not comparing. I'm not a football player. I'm not a man. I'm going to tell you as a woman, I've heard some extremely harsh things and people did not hold their tongues to me while I've been working my career in the news business. So I'm just telling you, whether it be viewers, whether it be my boss, whether it be the executive producer, people that I have to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and see every day. And so, yeah, I know what it is to work in a toxic workplace. I know what it is to have people that you work alongside hem and haw when you're making a statement on air because they want you to wrap it up. Like, I've seen all of that. So I'm just saying, don't let the bastards grind you down. Anyway, college football returns this Saturday. Celebrate. And those Florida State fans, they got to be out for blood this year after being snubbed last year in the college football playoff. But with a new QB, over a dozen transfers out. I mean, they lost guys like Jordan Travis, Keon Coleman, Johnny Wilson, Trey Benson, Jared Verse. Yeah, I mean, a healthy chunk of former FSU players were selected in the 2024 NFL draft. And as exciting as all of that is, you know, I'm curious to see how FSU adapts. I mean, they've got 2 transfers from the SEC as starting wide receivers. Alabama's Malik Benson. They've got LSU transfer, what's his name, Jalen Brown, who recorded no stats while he was there. But I guess it adds to the mystery of it all. I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments, if you're watching on YouTube, if you think FSU will reign supreme and take the ACC again, securing a playoff spot with the new 12-team system. Last episode, I told you guys I'd be talking Colorado, so Colorado fans, where are you at? Deion Sanders and the Buffs took college football by storm last season. Some hated it. Some loved it. And that 3-0 run was epic after ending the previous 2022 season 1-11. Yeah, but of course reality set in with that beatdown from Oregon that over 12 million people watched, making it the largest TV audience of the 2023 college football season. And that's the Prime effect. Say what you want. Showtime brings a show, and either way, people are tuning in. And we'll see if Coach Prime can keep some of the magic going this season. Of course, this week, everybody's been talking about the AP's preseason All-America team. Colorado QB Shedeur Sanders notably did not make the list. And even though he was the most sacked college QB, getting sacked 52 times, he ranked 9th in completion percentage at 69.3%. Georgia's Carson Beck was at 72.4% with 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Shedeur had 27 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Shedeur with 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And of course, Beck went 13-1 in the SEC, and Colorado went 4-8 overall in the now broken up Pac-12. So Shedeur, okay, he's naturally gifted, superstar makings. I mean, he's looking to undeniably go number 1 overall in the 2025 NFL draft. I mean, he's the most valuable NIL player on 3 gives him a valuation of $4.7 million. He's very much giving me these CJ Stroud vibes. He's quarterbacky as hell. He's an elite processor. He's accurate. He can throw it deep. I mean, he's shown us all of that. But we need to see so much more of those deep passes this season. And I'm going to blame the O-line for a lot of that. And Coach Prime definitely felt the same way. Went back to the drawing board, scrapped the O-line, new offensive line coach. Oh, and by the way, earlier this week, special teams coach Trevor Riley, unexpectedly resigned right before fall camp. Anyway, the team, though, has a healthy infusion of transfer talent. So Coach Prime hopes to do something the pros struggle with, and that's reshaping and revitalizing that O-line in one season, okay? So Colorado's got a 5-star recruit and O-lineman, Jordan Seaton. You've got Peyton Kirkland, who transferred in from Texas. The rookies, but then you got Khalil Benson, Tyler Johnson, some experienced players there, but still. An all-star O-line is like baking a cake. You can't rush it. And that's where the criticism comes in from sports analysts. Great O-lines take time, okay? The group has to get on the same page. That takes time. Several new starters on the line will be interesting to see, but the team has an incredible receiving core in Travis Hunter, who was named AP's preseason All-American team, and Jimmy Horn Jr. So the question, different conference, better Colorado? We'll have to see. Will they win the Big 12? No. And that's my conference, but, I'm not being a hater. The first game is a gimme against North Dakota State. Next game is Nebraska, which, as they proved last year, certainly winnable. Colorado State, whatever. Baylor really sucked last year. That game is already sold out this year. So here's the thing. If Colorado can win their first 5 games, I think that'd be awesome. Now, I don't see Colorado beating K-State, Arizona. They're not beating Utah, Oklahoma State, and my Jayhawks, okay? That's just my prediction. If they do, that would be amazing. And if they want to make it to the playoffs, they will need double-digit wins. I love a good football story, though, and be prepared for tons of storylines bashing Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, too flashy, whatever. People hate how they shine. They talk some trash, too, but oh well. And for all the people who started watching college football last year because of Coach Prime, please don't talk trash about Kansas City Swifties. Both fan bases are good for the game, okay? But for me to get hyped about Colorado, they got to kick things off 4-0, and they're going to have to take down a Big 12 favorite. If they can do that, then I'm like, okay, we got a team. But since we're talking college football and the Big 12, I had to show my alma mater KU some love, Rock Chalk. I'm sitting down with QB1, Jalon Daniels, to talk 22 ranked Kansas football, motivation, what we can expect this year, and a bunch of fun other stuff. What's up, everyone? For those of you who are real college football fans, this should be a treat for you. I've got Kansas's QB1, Jalon Daniels, in the house. What's up, Jalon?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? First of all, thank you for taking some time off during all of this camp, all of this craziness to talk with me.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, it's definitely a pleasure for sure. But man, the season hasn't really officially started yet, and you're already racking up the accolades to be expected, right? Of course, last season, you were the Big 12 preseason Offensive Player of the Year. A lot of hype building there. And then now we've got you on the Davey O'Brien Awards watch list, Golden Arms Awards watch list. How does that feel? All this anticipation behind your name.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. To be able to be in the position that I'm in today is definitely a gift from God. I give all my praise to Him, all praise to the Most High, because without Him I wouldn't be nowhere near in the position that I'm in today. So I definitely I'm glad that I've been given the opportunity to be able to get all these preseason awards, but I know for me that preseason awards mean nothing if you don't do anything during the season. So I'm just looking forward to being able to play game 1.
Well, your tenure at KU, you started off things, you're fighting for that number 1 position, right? And so you get to that point, and you've done some amazing things. You're breaking KU records. You're the career leader for completion percentage. What are you at, like 63.6%, holding it down for my Jayhawks, which I love.
Trying to do what I can. Honestly, I got to give all the praise to the guys who are, helping me. Got to give praise to the whole line, because without them, I wouldn't be able to get the ball off. Got to give praise to the playmakers that like my receiver room, my running back room, who are able to open up the pass and allow me to be able to open up me when I am running. So, it's definitely it's great to be able to have all of these preseason accolades, but I wouldn't be anywhere where I'm at without the guys up there.
No, I like that. It definitely is a team effort. And just as an avid football fan myself, you know how key that O-line is. You don't want to make those guys mad. Those are your best.
Absolutely not. You got to love those guys up by any means.
No, I love that. Okay, so it's all about what you do on the field. And so, of course, I got to ask you about last year because that was a really tumultuous time for you. You played 3 games and then everything just went dark. I mean, you
Yeah.
endured, I mean, what no quarterback, I mean, what any regular person would want to endure. So I'm going to I want you to take us through that because I was hearing one of your other interviews and you got really candid about everything you were going through. And I just kind of want you to, take us back there for a second so we can reflect on how far you've come to date.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, there's no secret about it. I didn't get to play game 1. I got the opportunity to be able to play games 2, 3, and 4, and then game 5 came around against Texas, and I wasn't able to be able to go out there and be able to be out there with the guys, which already is very frustrating being the quarterback. You do all of this off-season work to be able to get to the position that you're in to be able to go out there and win every single game that comes. And when you don't get the opportunity to be able to go out there because you can't do it physically, it's definitely mentally draining because you do everything that you can to play ball. So when you can't, it sucks. But as that game came by, things kind of just didn't really go my way physically.
Yeah.
Started to realize that my back wasn't as good as I thought it was to be able to play. And, I played on it no matter what happened because, me being the ultimate competitor that I am, I don't, I want to be able to be out there for the guys. I'm trying to lay everything out there on the line because, I feel like they would do the exact same thing for me if the roles were reversed. So, it went through that, but, I didn't get the opportunity to be able to, be healthy enough to come back and play with the guys during the season. And I basically just tried to do as much rehab as I could. And at the end of the day, it kind of really just went with, you have to rest and you have to be able to maintain that strong core that you have. And you just have to be able to keep on doing as much as you can to be able to stay healthy, like staying in the training room, getting that extra work, getting the yoga, the Pilates in, you really don't think about all of that other external stuff when it comes to being able to prepare yourself for football until it's time to do it.
No, I love that, Jalon. But, I know that recovery it goes beyond even just the physicality of it all. And I know you spoke before about how you felt in that time, like, some people were turning their back on you. I know fans can be pretty fickle, right? And they're hoping, you led us to the first bowl game back in 2022 since 2008. And you have to understand, I'm a KU alumna, so I've lived through the KU football days where we don't talk about certain seasons. It was crazy because I think it was 2007, 2008. We had like Aqib Talib. I wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
And Chris Harris Jr. So oh my God, the glory days. And then shortly ended, after that, when I got to KU 2010, that was a wrap. It was just basketball. That's all we talked about. So for you to come in and for you to be doing what you're doing and bringing in this new era, I know that you have a lot of rock chalk pride. I know you be
Absolutely.
waving the wheat when you're in your, what is it?
You gotta wave the week.
But what is it
Wait,
like?
can I see your wave the week one more time? I didn't see what you was. Can you
Oh, you don't like my waving the wheat?
Hey, I just had to. You don't look like you used to wave in the week. Come on,
Oh, no,
now.
I didn't know I needed to.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Come on, you got it. Yeah. Right. There you go.
No, don't try me. I know, but so I know you have a lot of KU pride. So what's that like for you're walking around Lawrence, and were you still getting the same love when you were injured? Like I said, fans can be fickle.
Yeah, for me, I didn't really try to go much of anywhere, to be honest, if it wasn't the facility, trying to be able to get the rehab as much as I could to be able to, get back on the field. I kind of really just stayed in the house because, you don't really, you try, as an athlete, you try to stay away from the social media, but the social media is going to catch up to you at some point. Like, you're going to get messages from your people who are sending you certain stuff, old friends, old family members that you used to talk to a very long time ago. Like, it's gonna pop up at some point. So, when these things are coming up, I'm not somebody who even really likes to leave the house per se. So I wouldn't even say that people turned their backs on me or I got any type of looks when I was outside. Because if you want me to be honest, when the situation did come up, I tried to stay out the way as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. No, that's definitely and of course the goal in mind is I got to get healthy, so I can't surround myself with all of this nonsense. And I love that you talked about social media a little bit here because I think a lot of these amazing, I don't know, I'm not going to mention anybody specifically, but I think that social media gets to people a lot of the times. Even the biggest stars in the game. And so how do you stay motivated? How do you stay focused? I know you say you stay in a lot, but do you do anything else? Do you play the flute like me when I was in high school? Do you do anything that just keeps you locked in that you can kind of, take moments to relax, all of that?
Yeah, I mean, this past few couple months, me and Devin Neal started a podcast called In the Mix with 4 and 6, which is
Oh, wow.
something that we're going to be able to keep on, try to keep on going throughout the season and be able to get content that way. So I'm sure that that'll be something that, I'm able to get a lot off my chest, especially during a season. You don't really get to see too much of what athletes go through, how they feel during a season outside of, them being on the field. So that's something that I'm definitely interested in being able to get into. But I'm a gamer. I mean, you see the
I saw
gaming
the
chair.
gaming.
Like you don't even got to say too much. You don't even got to see. You feel me? The
Hey, you
game
probably got the NIL deal with that gamer chair too and everything. It's got the little, is that a sponsored gaming chair?
You feel me? They hooked me up with the gaming chair
I'm
when
like,
about 2022. So shout out to AK Racing because they did get me right.
yeah. So what games do you play?
I mean, NCAA just came out, so I definitely
Oh, what's
been
the
playing
point?
some college football. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, not recently, especially since we're in fall camp.
Right,
But
right, right.
before that, it was definitely Madden, 2K,
Mhm.
NCAA. I like to play the sports games, and if we're talking about shooter games, I'm gonna play Call of Duty and Fortnite. I'm not a big Rainbow Six Siege guy like all my homies are, but
Ooh,
I
Rainbow
like.
Six. I played that when it was like on PS2. But hold on, you said something about college football, so I got to ask you about your 90 overall rating. Satisfied? Comments? What?
I mean, if you want me to be honest, my player does what I think he can do. He makes a lot of plays that I feel like there's not too many times where I'm like, bro, I would have made that throw in real life. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Like I'll be rolling out to the right. Sometimes I might throw it all the way to the left. I don't know. I don't know, but I've absolutely been having fun being able to play as myself in the game. I mean, it's definitely a dream come true. It's something that you used to dream about as a kid, and now that college football 25 did come out, I got the opportunity to be able to do so.
It's crazy because I was scrolling on TikTok and there was this dude that was playing and he was using you and he was like, "Oh, Jalon Daniels definitely QB1 all the way." Like people are loving your player right now. Like that rating and the skills, everything. How would you describe your quarterback style?
For me, I like to, I like to say that I'm a passer with dual threat capabilities because I have the ability to be able to go out and be able to make people miss and be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm always looking downfield. I'm always trying to. I play quarterback. I'm always looking for a pass. I'm always looking for a way to be able to get the ball to my playmakers downfield because, I mean, what quarterback doesn't love passing yards as a stat?
Crazy. Yeah, no. I like that. I feel like that's the definition of quarterbacky. But some people are saying that word is kind of cringe now that people have overused it. What do you think about the word quarterbacky? You
I'm
like
not gonna
that?
lie. I've never heard nobody use
You
quarterbacky.
you've never heard
Nah,
quarterbacky?
I don't know what folk do you be around.
What are you
Nah.
talking about? Like, 'cause everyone is like, oh, he's
Who
looking.
your
You got to
people,
get
who
on
your people
X,
is? I ain't
Twitter.
never heard nobody say quarterbacky.
What do you like? You never heard like he's looking quarterbacky as hell. Like you've never heard anybody say that.
I've never heard that. Like
That's
like that
crazy.
line, that sentence put together, I've never heard that.
That's insane. Like that's really a thing. Okay, I feel like now I'm up on something that these little Gen Zers aren't. I'm a
I don't know where
millennial.
you go. Where did you get that from? I don't know who you even talking to.
They were talking about it last year, playoffs, and then you just kept seeing a quarterbacky. He looks quarterbacky, and
Who
they're
did
probably
they
going to
say
say that
looks?
about you this year.
Who
So
did
you need
they?
to embrace it.
Who did they say looks quarterbacky? Can I get an example? Who looks quarterbacky?
Michael Penix Jr.
Well, I mean, as a quarterback, you can't look quarterbacky as
Well,
a
it's like, but
quarterback.
you're looking like the epitome of a quarterback. Like you're not looking like a scrub. Like you're going out there and you're making those long, glorious passes. Like he has that passing capability, and so I think that's what people like about you. Every quarterback wants to, throw the ball deep and look amazing. But I feel like that's what quarterbacky is about. Like, do you look like that? I mean, do you give me glimpses of a CJ Stroud? Do you give me glimpses of the GOAT Brady? And I
Yeah.
do want to ask you your top three current quarterbacks in the league right now. By the
Top three
way, so top
quarterbacks
three
in the
NFL
league.
quarterbacks.
I mean, you can't go without saying Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes.
Facts.
I
That's
mean,
that's the
there's
correct
not many
answer.
plays as a quarterback that he can't make. I mean, you just seen him do a behind the back pass not long ago. So that's stuff you can't just make up. It's like playing basketball on a
He looks
football field.
quarterbacky. He's quarterbacky.
All right, yeah, he looks quarterbacky. I'm gonna give that to
There
him.
we go. Yeah.
Quarterbacky. Um, But I mean, you definitely got to go with Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is definitely in there. I mean, he makes a lot of throws. I've been able to watch film on Josh Allen. He makes a lot of throws that's like, dang, the ball came out
Yeah.
like that, like all the way across the field. Hold on, okay, and then I'm gonna say Lamar Jackson. I have to
Got
say
to.
Lamar. I have to say Lamar. I mean, that's new era. He's a quarterback that I grew up watching. I mean, 2016 Lamar Jackson, Louisville Lamar Jackson is unreal. It's a player that almost every quarterback looked at, especially a dual threat, trying to be able to remake little stuff that he did in the read option when we're talking about him being able to make moves downfield, hurt the people, make people miss. I mean, it's unreal.
Now that's crazy. Okay, so we've got the current ones, and so now I got to ask you of all time, top 3.
Patrick Mahomes is definitely in there. I'm gonna put.
Well, I need the order. Stop playing with me. We're going from 1 to 3.
Tom Brady is the GOAT. I mean, it's not even much to say there. It's Tom Brady, who he had a Michael Jordan, retired and came back. You feel me? That's Tom Brady, and look at the amount of rings he has. I'm gonna definitely go Tom Brady. I'm gonna go Patrick Mahomes.
Wait. You're putting Patrick Mahomes over Marino? Oh. Goodness, I didn't know I was letting balloons off on this thing. Oh yeah, I never heard of that before. Okay. So you're putting him over
Marino,
Drew Brees, everybody. You're putting him over all that.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Look, I'm from Kansas City. You don't have to tell me twice, but I'm just saying, I'm just asking you. I'm trying to be fair to you.
Don't get me wrong. I grew up watching Drew Brees. I grew up watching. I got the chance. I'm not gonna say I grew up watching Dan Marino, but I did get to be able to watch him a little bit. I mean, I grew up watching Michael Vick. I've been able to watch a whole lot of quarterbacks, but it's definitely I'm gonna go Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. That's my top 3.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Okay, well, you are a Gen Zer for sure. I mean, not to knock Aaron Rodgers or anything like that. I mean, he's a phenomenal quarterback, and it'll be interesting to see what he does this year, I guess. But
knocking A-Rod. That is.
I'm not knocking A-Rod. It's just people from my generation and generations before that.
What's your top 3?
I'm going Brady. That's definitely for sure. I gotta go Mahomes number 2 because I know I'm like 3. I'm like,
what are you gonna say, Dan Marino?
No, that man is a glory. Oh my God, you talk about passes that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I guess coming from somebody whose first team ever playing Pop Warner was called the South Bay Packers, and I've been a Packers fan ever since.
Okay, yeah.
And watching Aaron Rodgers, and my favorite colors are green and yellow. I mean, I grew up watching Aaron Rodgers, so there's without a shadow of a doubt, Aaron Rodgers has to be in my top 3.
That's fine. It's just different because I feel like people from my generation, they might be saying something like Drew Brees or something like this, or they might say Peyton or something like that. I
can respect that. Those are respectable names. Absolutely, absolutely respectable. But coming from me.
And you're not even from Green Bay,
from California,
LA,
Los Angeles, sunny, shiny Los Angeles, California.
Aren't you supposed to be some kind of well, I guess Raiders is too old for you when they would play out there.
All right, check this out. I want you to know right now, before 2014, how many NFL teams were in Los Angeles? Nobody.
The Chargers. No, the Chargers were there? San Diego Chargers.
I'm from LA.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the Chargers were there. Okay. Oh, wow, that's right. But before that, though, you had the Raiders. Way before that.
The Raiders, Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. Wait, no, but it used to be Los Angeles Raiders.
Back that's not my time.
You have to ask your dad. You'd have to talk to your dad.
Hey, that ain't my time. I'll tell you that much. And then we're gonna talk about the Rams. That was St. Louis. So
I know they robbed Missouri. That was horrible. I felt bad for St. Louis.
And I ain't gonna say it, but game is game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, not you, but me. Just being from Missouri, and so I was like, they weren't going to convert over to Chiefs fans, but it's been amazing, and I feel like obviously KU, Lawrence, all of that, not too far from Kansas City. Do you ever make your way down, to any of the games, any of that? I've
been to 1 or 2 Chiefs games. I went to one game that I know I for sure went to was when they played the Bills. It was the playoffs. It was so cold. Ooh. That might be the coldest game that I had ever attended. Me personally, I have since there weren't many teams in LA until almost when I was in high school, I didn't really get the chance to go to any NFL games. My first NFL game, I want to say was early high school, and even I don't think I can count on 2 hands how many times I've been to.
Well, you probably did you go to some college games? Because I know Pasadena, Rose Bowl.
Oh yeah, USC and UCLA, that was rocking.
Okay,
that was rocking for sure. Oh yeah, Rose Bowl games, them was rocking too.
Yeah. I never been to those, but I know a little bit about LA, just a little bit. But I know that you're from Lawndale. Like I never really
I
heard of that
graduated
one.
from Lawndale High School. I was born in Inglewood, California, and raised
Oh,
in South Central
Inglewood.
Los
Oh,
Angeles.
I'm gonna get this man his creds here. Okay, because I was like, what is Lawndale? That definitely sounds like the burbs to me.
Whoa, hold on now. Hey,
Is
hold
Lawndale
on.
not
Slow
the
your
burbs?
roll now. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. I
It's
was
okay
born
from the
in, hey,
burbs. Some of the best QBs are like
nah,
what?
I was born in Inglewood, California, and my mom raised me when I was since about sixth grade in South Central Los Angeles, and I lived there the
Wow.
whole entire time. So, but I did get the opportunity to be able to go to school in Lawndale High School. I got the chance to win a state championship there. So, shout out to 405 High. Shout out to Cardinals.
Talk it. Yeah.
Shout out to Cardinals. First state championship in school history. I ain't gonna say too much after that, but
Uh-huh.
shout out 405 High.
No, okay, so about your number though, right? Okay, so you're number 6 for the
Thank you.
Jayhawks, right? But I know
Yep.
that there's been some like back and forth throughout your entire career, but you're always vying for that number 6. Can you tell us what's the significance of it? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I grew up playing baseball, basketball, and football, and the first sport that I ever really got the chance to play on an organized team was baseball, and the first number that I ever got was number 6. So, ever since then, it kind of just stuck with me. Then when I got to when I got to the South Bay Packers, I put on number 6, and that's when people started calling me JD6. And got to high school. Once I got number 6, they started calling me JD6 there, and then it kind of just I was like, all right, so this is something that's just gonna stick. And
That's your
when I
brand.
got to college, I didn't get the chance to get number 6. They gave it to another freshman that was there who was willing to give me number 6 after the season. So I wore 17 when I was 17 years old as a freshman at the University of Kansas, and then my sophomore year when Coach Leipold came, I got the opportunity to be able to go slide to number 6.
That's crazy. It's that number though, but that's definitely a quarterbacky number. Anything one through 9, like I
You
feel
and
like that.
quarterbacky.
I'm just saying, and you know what? It's contagious, so you're gonna be saying that. And you're
I don't know if I'm gonna pick up that quarterbacky slang. I ain't gonna
They'll be
lie.
saying it about you because I'm really excited for your season. But before I let you go, LA, huge music scene. Me, music is a huge part of my life. And so I know you're young and everything like this, but I still expect you to have a perfectly respectable top 5. So give them to me. Your top, okay, Nipsey. Fair
There you
enough.
go.
Marathon continues.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, I got one more for you. There he go.
Is that Cole? Who's that?
That's little baby.
Wait, no, I saw Baby, but like, who's that up
That's
there?
little baby.
That guy?
Him?
That don't look like Baby?
That's little baby during the Black Lives Matter movement.
Okay, no, I couldn't tell it was him, but I definitely
He got the
appreciate
mask
his
on. Hey, it was coronavirus time. You feel me?
fact. I could not tell, but I love Baby. So we got Nipsey, we have Baby,
Everybody got to put Drake in their top 5.
Drizzy.
Everybody
Okay.
got to play Drake. I mean, are we talking about all time right now?
Well, we're talking right now, clearly, if you're saying Lil Baby, so I'm gonna keep letting you go. I love Baby, don't get me wrong. Like freestyle is my
Yeah.
stuff.
Hey,
But,
I'll respect that.
oh, you're gonna respect that. It's
Hey,
my show.
hey, 100. Hey, 100. Because if we were talking all the time, Tupac got to be in there. But that's for
Okay.
another. That's for
That's what I'm
another
saying.
day.
I was looking for that West Coast connect. We can talk about the
Oh, no, no,
California
no.
love
Tupac.
later.
Come on now. Tupac definitely in there. I mean, right now I've been listening to that Raw Wave.
Okay. What? Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Okay, hold on. Because what is it with Rod Wave and why is this man always depressed? Is nothing ever going his way? Like what?
Hold on. If you think Raw Wave is always depressed, you're not listening. You're not tapped in
I
Raw
mean, you
Wave
cannot
enough.
tell me that most of
Hey.
his songs ain't something sad. Somebody did somebody dirty. This is
All I'm saying
heartbreak.
is, if you're not feeling that Raw Wave, it just wasn't meant for you. It just wasn't meant for you. Because me personally, if I play that Raw Wave, I'm going to tune in. I'm going to tap in. I'm going to sing every word. Like
That's
it's my
game
word.
day inspo. That's game day inspo.
Oh, I ain't going to say, nah, that's not.
Exactly.
Like, nah, I might play like one or two songs in my. I might have like one or two songs in my game day playlist by Raw Wave.
But you got that boss man D-Lo for the game day.
Nah, see, I'm even kill. Like I try to,
Okay.
I gotta be able to like if the troops are down low, I gotta be able to be the guy who's high and being able to have that high energy. If the troops are too high, I gotta be able to.
You gotta
be able to
bring
be
it
the
down.
middle guy. So in pregame, I'm not listening to the who's, the rah rahs, the shoot 'em up, bang bangs. Like nah, that's not.
Okay. So what are you listening to, QB1?
First of all, before every single game since sophomore year, every time before I hit the field, I always play 1942 Flows by Meek Mill. And
wow.
I don't, I don't really know why. When I was at Narbonne High School, there was a quarterback named Jalen Chapman who was the starting varsity quarterback, and I believe he played it before one game. And ever since then, I think I had scored my first varsity touchdown that game.
Wow.
And ever since that, I was like, 1942 flows, huh? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tap in with him.
Okay, pregame ritual. I'm not mad at it. Okay, I can get with that.
You can't be mad at it. I mean, I'm not somebody who's superstitious or anything like that, but it's just something that just kind of stuck and it stayed there.
No, I like Meek. You weren't around for all the Dream Chasers mixtapes and all this, but I was actually at KU when it was like Dream Chasers 3, all of this. So that was like epic Meek Mill era for sure.
We didn't even know Meek Mill for real, but we ain't even go there.
I'm just saying, I really like Meek Mill. That's, I'm talking, I could really start singing. What's his name? Got me feeling like Rich Porter. I can't, you know that you don't even know that song. That's why you're looking at me like that.
I'm trying to, you sing like 4 words.
I'm about my paper. What do you mean?
What are you singing, Lil Snoop?
Oh, I love Lil Snoop. RNIC. Don't get me started.
All right. Now that you said that, I'm gonna respect the game. If you didn't know who Lil Snoop was, we were gonna have other problems.
Put some respect on the show. I know my music, okay? And coming from Kansas City, we get the best of the West, East, South, all of that. So now I just because I need a clean take, if you giving me your top 5 of all time rappers, and then I'm a free you. I'm a free you.
My top 5 all time?
Yeah.
First of all, Tupac is definitely in there. I'm a 21st century guy, so I'm definitely gonna put Drake in the top 5.
Okay. We'll allow it.
I don't think anybody who was born around my year cannot have Drake in there. I mean, he's been
running the game for the past 10 years. That's a fact.
Exactly.
But Kendrick did kind of sit him down, and he didn't have an answer for that. But I love Drake. I love Drake.
I mean, what do you think I'm going to I'm not finna just sit here and be like, yeah, all right, whatever. No, K-Dot from the land. He's from the land too. You feel me? I got respect for K-Dot.
They both in my top 5 alive right now. Top 5 alive for me is Jay-Z, Drake, Weezy, Kendrick, and did I say Kanye already? Because Kanye be after. I gotta say Kanye because he gave us
definitely in there.
He's gotta be in there. I know people don't talk about him and everything, but I just gotta I gotta be honest. That's when you talk about motivational music for me. You put on that College Dropout, you put on that Last Call. That's he's just
not everybody knows how crazy that College Dropout album was.
Nah, you was in diapers then, but I feel you. Somebody put you on the game. That's good. You must have some older brothers or something like that. Got you right.
It's crazy you say that. Because no, I put me on.
You did the research?
I ain't gonna say I did my research, but it was definitely playing on the radio. I'm from LA. We play all of that. When I was growing up on my way to school in the morning, guess what's playing? Yeah, Eric. We playing all the hits. We're playing national hits.
Dr. Dre?
Huh?
Dr. Dre? I don't know what y'all be playing
Dre,
out in LA.
Nah, we don't not in the morning. We play in LA. They play if there's a hit song,
yeah,
it's gonna play 25 to 30 times that day.
Like that Cat Daddy song.
Let me tell you, Cat Daddy.
I go to work. What did he say?
But you know how to hit the Cat Daddy for real. That's my.
I know I can hit it. Move your arms like a wheelchair stunt. Hey.
Yeah, trust me, the Cat Daddy. We was in the Cat Daddy in LA for sure.
Okay. So just real quick, because I know you got to go to sleep and everything like this. So when I was at KU, I'm trying to remember the Towers. Is the Towers still a thing?
The Towers is still a thing.
Did they renovate it, or is it still just looking like a prison?
You was in the Towers?
No. What? No.
Why you laughing? What's wrong? What you got against the Towers?
I don't have nothing against the Towers. The Towers just has a certain reputation about it. And
game is game, man. The Towers, man. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I might have had a boyfriend who lived in the Towers, and so I might visit him in the Towers. That's about it. But I'm gonna take a gulp.
That's where all the athletes used to be. That's where they was at. They used to be at Towers.
He's a nice guy.
Game is game. Hey, just know I respect game. Game
I'm
recognized game
trying
too.
to walk down memory lane and everything, and you kind of call me out and everything. I'm like, hold on.
Hey, I'm just calling it how I see it, like I'm a referee. That's all. You feel me? That's all.
I see it. As long as you're not seeing ghosts out on the field, I think we're gonna have a great season.
Hey, seeing ghosts. In my eyes, I see touchdowns.
Touchdown.
That's what I like to see. I like to see 6 on the board, like I like to see 6 on my chest. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's why he likes Drake. 6 guy. Okay. I got you. I got you, Jalon. Okay. Is there anything else you want to leave with the fans, the audience, anything like that before I let you go to sleep? I know it's a little past your bedtime.
No, we definitely get into that bedtime, but I definitely want to just say, come out, come support this year. The Kansas Jayhawks are definitely about to be on a run this year. 2024 season, we ready to go. Week 1 is just around the corner. Sporting KC, Children's Mercy. We at Arrowhead with it. We ready to go. We ready to come see y'all. We ready to come make some plays, and we ready to go do it for y'all, man. Rock chalk.
Rock chalk. Thank you so much, Jalon. I wish you an amazing season. KU 22. Number 22 on the poll. Okay. And you're definitely a huge part of that. So please keep up the greatness. I'm looking forward to it. You've revitalized KU football in my eyes, like almost single-handedly. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to talk to me in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. And for those of you who are listening in, make sure you review the podcast on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you're listening. Thank you guys so much. This has been so much fun, and I will see you back here next week. Have a great one.